So it's Monday morning and May 24, 2021. I'm talking about the markets, particularly the S&P, and I'm also interested in the corn market, where there seem to be some opportunities around the corner. And we're shorting the S&P, and we're going to short the corn market, even though it's had this humongous rise from $3 to over $6, close to all-time highs. Why? Well, what we do is cycle work, and the cycle work is based on a couple of things that are a little unusual, combining what's called Vedic astrology or Eastern astrology, which is different than Western a little bit, and W.D. Gann's work, and I studied that with Jerry Bomering back in the 1980s, and also some of my own innovative kind of algorithms that we've been creating over the years. And so now I'm going to talk about stuff publicly, which generally wouldn't have been available elsewhere, but I feel like it's a good time to do that. A lot of people are in the markets, a lot of people are trading. The pandemic has caused people to reevaluate how they're going to make money, and a good deal of the people who are in the short-term trading business are going to lose money because they really haven't had the experience. So the cycles we're looking at right at the moment, right now, are connected to Saturn and to Jupiter, because those are the primary movers in the markets in the Vedic system. And Jupiter-Saturn has a synodic cycle of 59 years. And if you look back 59, 60 years ago, you'll see patterns in the market. 1961, 62, that topping pattern in there is repeating. We know about a 20.16 year cycle. It's been in the market forever, right? It was there in April of 1942, and then June of 1962, and August of 1982, and October of 2002, and you'd expect to see it in December of 2022. So here we are in 2021, and we're a year and a half away. The market's going to wind up going lower. And the way that it'll do it, of course, it's not going to go straight down. And this particular market has a lot of fundamental reasons why the government is not interested in having it go down, for about 20 different reasons. So right at the moment, there's a 3.28 year cycle, which is 1/9 of Saturn's cycle, which most people haven't seen. And that cycle is repeating the early part of 2018. The basis of the work that we do is history does repeat, and if you know where to look in history, and that takes a little skill, you can find the patterns that are repeating in the present. They won't repeat forever, but they will repeat long enough to make some money. Right at the moment, I wanted to tell you the corn market's about to fall apart after having this huge rally, and that initial decline phase would match the 2008 high area. July of 2008 shows up as a pretty good fit. And that goes down, in our present market, it would go down at least until August, and ultimately until the end of the year in 2021. And the stock market has a three-wave pattern that it's likely to unwind. For first wave down is down until August, and then a rally to December of 2021, which probably will not make a new high. And then there's a really large break from late 2021 into April or May of 2022. So if you want to frame your thinking about the markets, I would take the position that we're looking at a likelihood of some sort of fairly meaningful decline coming, maybe 15% or 20% over the next few months, followed by a recovery rally. It might even wind up retesting the highs at the end of the year. And then a bigger decline in 2022, in the first part of 2022. And that may not be the end of the thing either, but because we're looking at a late 2022, early 2023 potential low. As, for example, in October of 2002, you had a low, and you had another one in March of 2003, 5 months later. So we could have a low in April of 2022, followed by another low in September, October of 2022. Ergo, get ready for the fun. We're trading UVXY to be buying it because it's making all-time lows, and it's highly leveraged, and it's a lot of fun to buy something making all-time lows that could easily double or triple in a few days. And whereas the S&P, if it has a 15% break, UVXY could triple, quadruple easily in a few months, and it's conceivable to go much higher. I'm not going to speculate on the exact high price that'll happen at the late part of July, early August, but if you have some reference, you know, UVXY was over 100, it was like 120, 130 last year when the market fell apart, and now it's at 4. And it's not a option, you know. You can hold it, you can buy it and hold it. If it goes down to 3, fine, before it rallies. But it's a very good bet. And the corn, selling the shorting corn is a very good bet also, because almost everybody's bullish, and it's very unlikely to go much higher, even if it does have a bounce for a few days. So looking for a low around June 2nd or 3rd, the first swing in this move down to July 30th or August 2nd low. First swing down is this week starts falling. The S&P should fall pretty hard into early June, and then a rally to June 21st, a retest high around July 5th, and a sharp breakdown in July until the end of July, early August. If you can, and of course these dates are not written in stone. They could be off by a day one way or the other, and I'm not trying to make precise, exact predictions, because nobody can, and if I did, they'd be wrong. What I'm saying right now is probably going to be right, and therefore, if you use that gauge, and you have to be a little bit alert, you have to use your brain to make sure if it's going down into June 3rd, and it's still going down into June 4th, you can stay in another day. Now, in terms of, you know, the structural legalities of what I'm doing, I have been a CTA, but now at the moment I'm not. I'm not meaning to give this as a formal technical trading advice, but I am trying to give you a sense for how the astrology works in forecasting trends in time and in history. The whole theory of history repeating itself is the lesson that I'm trying to bring to the table here, and using the stock market as one vehicle and the commodities as one vehicle to demonstrate it. We've also studied quite a bit of historical patterns and actual events in history that repeat quite similarly to what they did before, even back to the Roman times with Julius Caesar and such. If you like this video, please subscribe, and give us a thumbs up and let us know that you liked it. And if you're interested in having additional ones, there's that button, that red button that you can push that lets a bell ring to let you know that there's a new one coming up. And of course, we welcome comments, which are you can do underneath. All right, thank you for your time.